Hello, all you sciencey people out there. So this is a biology project that me and my friend made for obviously biology, and it is to make a city that is a metaphor for a cell. And we originally made it in Minecraft, but it spazzed out and spawned 1,000 pigs in one square, and crashed the server and crashed the world. So luckily I had the screenshot I made to show him what I had done. It's not quite 100 complete, but all of the main things are there, and that's pretty much all you need. Just imagine there's a full amazing city there. So let's get started. So right away we have the cell wall, and it's just a wall that's surrounding the city, and in a cell it is a cell wall, which is a rigid frame around the cell that provides strength and support. After that, we have over here a toll booth, and the toll booth is more or less the cell membrane, which is a protective barrier around for the cell. It allows transport of needed materials into the cell and waste materials out. It is important for the cell interaction and communication for recognition of molecules. For the recognition of molecule. Sorry. Yeah, and then because if you can see here, there's little. That's not really zooming in. Okay, so there's little toll booth things I'll lift up and let things through. Next we have the police station. And the police station is a lysosome. And the lysosome are membrane-bound sacs in a cell which digestion can go on. Various roles of lysosome including defense against invading bacteria and destruction of damaged cell organelles, and controlled digestion of certain tissue during development. So yeah, it's a police station kind of in that way. Okay, so let's move on to this big guy right here, one of the most obvious ones. And that is City Hall. And the City Hall is more like a nucleus in a cell. And the nucleus is the organelle that contains DNA, the genetic material of the cell, and directs all cellular activities. The nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear envelope, which has pores to allow transport of materials. Yeah, so there it is. You can't really see it, but I have this very nice stained glass window there. But yeah. Okay, so let's move on to this guy right here. Oh, I actually zoomed in. Okay, and this is a butcher shop. And a butcher shop is a ribosome. Ribosomes are dense-looking granules formed in two parts. They may be attached to endoplasmic reticulum or free in the cytoplasm. Ribosomes are the sites where amino acids are assembled into proteins and the processes of protein synthesis. So it's kind of like a butcher shop where you get your meats and protein. Right beside that is two actual buildings. There's a little bit of a wall in there, and you could see I had it all redstoned up if you could get in there. But you can't. And so the post office boxing. So you put your things in there, and it gets packaged up. And that is kind of like a Golgi apparatus. And the Golgi apparatus is composed of flat disc-shaped I can't actually read that part. I'll just read what it does. The Golgi receives substance from the endoplasmic reticulum and packages them for transport of the cell. And the closest thing you get was like post office boxing. And then it goes to post office shipping. Which is kind of like the endoplasmic reticulum. Although it's kind of the opposite way in a cell, as you heard. The endoplasmic reticulum is a series of interconnected small tubes that branch from nuclear envelope. Materials can be transported through these tubes. Rough endoreticulum has ribosomes attached to it, and it's associated with protein synthesis. Smooth is associated with fat and oil protein. Production, sorry. And over here, we have a warehouse. And the warehouse is kind of like a vacuole. And vacuoles are membrane-bound structures that serve to store nutrients, products of secretion, and fats depending on tissue type. In plants, the central vacuole stores water in the cell. In plant cells, when fluids enter, the central vacuole swells, increasing the turgor pressure and causing the cell to become firm or turgid. And another thing that goes along with that is vesicle. And vesicles are pretty much the same thing, but they transport substances throughout the cell. And I had a little minecart rail going around there, bringing some nutrients in and bringing the bad stuff out. Kind of going around there. But probably a better vesicle would have been this train station. And like I said, it transports needed things in and goes out to get more. So yeah. So it'd most likely be the train station. Ignore what I had about the minecart. That was to represent something else, which is unimportant right now. Okay, so right over here, we have a solar powered generator. And that would be like a chloroplast, which are only found in plant cells and some protists. They contain chlorophyll that produces a green color, are sites of photosynthesis. The process which uses the energy from the sun to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugars for plant use and storage. The equivalent, So these make so chloroplasts make sugars that go into the cell, and so solar power generators are creating kind of a raw fuel that goes to the power converter, which I had this very nice redstone thing that would light up a bunch of lights when the sun wind came up, but I guess you cannot see that. And that goes to the mitochondria, the power converter. Mitochondria are rod-like structures where reactions occur to convert chemical energy in sugars into energy the cell can use. The process is called cellular respiration. So yeah, these kind of work hand in hand. This gets the sugars, this makes the energy. And actually, I think that is everything. We did the cell wall, we did the nucleus, we did the cell wall, nucleus, cell membrane, ribosome, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, vesicle, vacuole, chloroplast, and mitochondria. Sweet, so that's everything. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I hope I get a good mark for this. And that's everything. So,